Hello, crafty friends. This is the Papered Chef here. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 27 projects I created using the Spooky Treats Paper Pumpkin Kit, September 2022 by Stampin' Up. These projects are really fun for party favors, and I also created lots of cards with these. I just want to go through the instructions with you so you can see what the kit was intended for with these, which is these little boxes. So you can make 24 little boxes just right with the kit. Okay, the coordinating colors are basic black, crushed curry, fresh freesia, gray granite, orchid oasis, and pumpkin pie. So when you open up the instructions, you'll see these really easy to assemble boxes, and I'll show you how to assemble those for those of you who haven't opened your kit yet. We'll even do a little bit of crafting as I share a little bit of a way to do an alternative project with you. And I want to open a full paper pumpkin kit for those who have not opened your paper pumpkin yet to see what's included. Now, just keep in mind, though, if you subscribe this month, you would not be getting this kit. You would be getting the Ho 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 paper pumpkin kit. Let's see if the little flyer's in here. Oh, nothing left in here, huh? That's all I have left. I've used the heck out of this. All right, I'll find the flyer when I open up the next box. All right, so and then we'll open this paper pumpkin kit. And then I just want to give a shout out to all these little extra things I used too. So this is a retired set called Cutest Halloween. I used Hey Boo a lot from here. Sometimes I used Have a Fabulous Halloween. If you missed my scan and cut video, you saw me cut out the little spider, so check out the scan and cut video because I cut out many of these ghosts using my machine, but you can cut them out with scissors as well. I use this little ghost sometimes. Okay, that's retired. This is also a retired stamp set. I used the bat sometimes. Let's see what else. Happy Haunting. Okay, and this one is current. This is a really fun bundle in our current holiday catalog. I used Bewitching. I used the hat. This hat mostly because I love coloring in this hat. And the little boots. Okay, so I used other things besides the kit because that's what you should do. You shouldn't just limit yourself to the paper pumpkin kit when you get it. Okay, but this is what you could do with it. I'm just going to open up and show you the treats I put inside so you get an idea of how much fits inside these and how I decorated each one. Love that starry sky color. Sometimes I use the Spooky Bat Punch, which is also retired. Let's see if I can find my Spooky Bat Punch. So it's fun to save retired things, especially if you really love a holiday. Like, for example, I really love Halloween, and I get a lot out of my retired items. But you also, at some point have to let things go that you don't use a lot. So I pretty much let things go, like a lot of flower sets I have. But when it comes to like holidays, especially because it's really hard to find like Happy Thanksgiving stamp, I loved this one and I saved it because of that. And I just did a fall projects course with the scan and cut and used the heck out of that stamp. So I really like this one, how it's see-through and you can see the spider web behind it. How am I going to remember which boxes I showed you? All right. And how am I not going to attack this candy as I'm doing this video? We shall see. So I'm in charge of, everything I do on my channel is actually projects I'm working on, and I'm in charge of party favors for a Halloween party. So I'm going to be opening up my second kit and making all the second kit into party favors. But I have a few cards from the first kit. You can see how I put bats on everything. All right, let's just move those off to the side. In my scan and cut video, I showed you how to emboss using the white craft ink and the embossing powder, and how to attach a little wobble spring to the ghost to make it more fun. Oop, my wobble spring's not sticking very well. Probably because it's landing on that little sign. So you can overlap your ghost. You can put them on wobbles, which makes them really fun. And you can use Wink of Stella. Okay. I'm not going to open them all the way because when you open them all the way, it's a little bit harder to get them back in. Okay, here's what I did for this one. I took the stamp set and I just put a bunch of gray granite and fresh freesia, little spider webs all over this. Love the little drawer. And I did it to to the back too. So, of course, stamp it while it's flat. Makes it a lot of fun. Now, I have a lot of extra little things left over. So you can see how I've used stars. I put a lot of stars on everything. And I have a lot of extra pieces left over. Okay, let's see. This one I just put like Hey Boo on there from Cutest Halloween. Put it around the side too. Some spiders. Little black drawer. Inking around the circle. Here's another one with the... Okay, I'm not going to open this all the way. Another one with one of my translucent cutout ghost. So when you use that craft white ink and clear embossing powder, you just get that really fun translucent look. I'll show you the drawers in just a moment. All right, I'm going to show you a card and a couple cards and boxes now that have the bewitch, or is it bewitching? Bewitching. So there's not a sentiment on this one, so it was great to use it with this kit because this kit had the Happy Halloween sentiment already in the kit, and it had a tweet. It had enjoy the spooky treat as one of the sentiments. Trick or treat. You're going to get to see that when I open it up. But anyway, I used Wink Stella, cut out the little boots, and then I cut apart the sentiment for the Happy Halloween. My husband's going to wonder where all his milk duds went. He's going to be opening up all these drawers, I know it, to take out the milk duds. But I did attack a lot of his candy stash. Oh, that one slid open really easy. So once I started realizing how tight the little drawers were, I started adhering them like not as tight. I will show you how to assemble this box a little bit later. All right, so anyway, this card here, I started thinking, well, if Fresh Freesia and Starry Sky were in here, I thought these would go good with another ink color called Parakeet Party. So I took one of the ink colors and I just thought that's a fun Halloween color. And so that's what I did for this card. And I'm going to show you the inside of my cards because I did something to the inside of each one. This bat I cut out of my Scan and Cut, but there's a lot of the bats I got from the Spooky Bat Punch. Sometimes I made cards square, and I used our really fun glimmer tape, which is in our holiday catalog. It's over near the Bewitching section, or it's near the Halloween section, where you could find Rustic Harvest and other Halloween things toward the back of the catalog. And if I have one handy, I will grab the catalog and show you where to find it. So a couple bats from my Bat Punch on this one. Happy Haunting. This one, I just took the front of the box, one of these boxes here, and I cut it apart, and I used it for the front of a card. So it makes a really fun card element. I could have also used more Designer Series paper behind here, but I really wanted that spider web to stick out. So that's how I chose to use it. And I took some Fresh Freesia ink and just inked around it for dimension. And then I cut apart one of the boxes. Now, if you're not into Halloween, this kit is great for just any fall treats, I believe. Just anything you could take. If you had a Halloween, or let's see, Happy Thanksgiving stamp, or with a grateful heart, or Happy Fall, y'all. If you have this one, which a lot of my customers have this, because when it was retiring last year, I'm like, you guys got to get this stamp set, and a lot of you did. So I hope you have that one. And I put Happy Haunting inside this one. Okay, so let's see what else we have. This paper here is called the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. And it's a host paper. So you get this paper when you spend $150, you can use your rewards. You get 10% rewards at my store. And then you can use your rewards to get this paper. You get 48 sheets in a pack, which is a great value. Hey Boo. Love that one too. All right, and then here's another one with the little ghost. Oh, a lot fit in here. Some Snickers. So you could take that glimmer tape and put it right across at an angle. And I want to show you another example of that. Okay, so you could take the glimmer tape and you could put like one piece behind your ghost, right? This ghost came in the kit, and these ones I cut out. Now, you could take 3 pieces of glimmer tape and put them on there at an angle. So it just, and you can also stamp. This little bat stamp is from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. So is the spider. So there's just so much fun you can have with just the elements in the kit. More fun to open up, see what kind of candy's inside. That's the only way I'm going to keep those Milk Duds safe, is to hide them from my husband. You can put the glimmer tape across there. Oh, there's one of those cookies and cream Hershey's, which are lots of fun. It's going to get me in the mood for ice cream now. Another one on a wobble spring. Okay, and so let's see what else we have. Yeah, so Yvonne's saying she thinks the card with the group of ghosts inside would make the good front of the card too. Yes, I put a lot of ghosts on the front and the back. I have another card just like that, which here, if this is the one you're talking about, you were saying it would make a good front of the card, so you read my mind, because that's what I did to the inside and the outside of some cards. Now for this one, I started out thinking I was going to make a tag or a bookmark, and I started decorating a piece of crushed curry paper. And then I was deciding what to do with it, and then I was like, I'm going to use it on a card front instead of a tag. And then I added a couple ghosts to it, layered them up, little ghost on a wobble spring with little, extra spider and extra ghost and happy haunting. So you could put this on the front of the card too, happy haunting. I was just putting Happy Halloween on the outside, and then, yeah, so this is I like giving people Halloween cards because it's like just so fun. It's just such a fun thing to do. So goofy. Hey, Boo. I think this one's my favorite. I always have a favorite in every video. I have a favorite, or every set of projects. Okay, here's another card with this is that same paper. So I'm going to show you that paper because I have a little project I want to show you about this paper. So, I mean, just to kind of give you an idea how I made a different project. But this one is that same Celebrate Everything paper, and you could just do so much with it. So it's double-sided. It has the crushed curry and the little jack-o'-lanterns and everything. So fun. It has the stars, and there's one more pattern. I guess it would be the stripes. So the two, I mean, there's 4 Halloween patterns, 2 double-sided sheets, because it's called Celebrate Everything. So there's patterns for the different holidays, but that piece, this one, and this one, all of those pieces were great for Halloween. And I love those little star embellishments. Let's see what I put on the inside of this one. Have a fabulous Halloween. It pretty much just couldn't stop until I didn't even run out of, usually I stop when I run out of embellishments, but this time I stopped when I ran out of boxes because I could have kept on going. Okay, here's a trick-or-treat box. Come on. I stuffed so much candy in there you can barely open it. Stamp some bats on that one. Okay, here's another one. This time instead of the circle from here, I used the scallop circles dies. And I stamped in pumpkin pie. I was trying to stamp with this one, and it really, this little one was a little bit juicy for me. And I had better luck with some of my other colors. So I used Trick or Treat with the pumpkin pie. And I used gray granite a lot and black. I just thought the sentiments look better in those colors. Okay, I have a couple more cards to show you. And then a 3D project. Okay, let's move this over. Okay, so these cards are using the Bewitching again with the little feet upside down. And I used some Wink of Stella on that one. And this little spider, I just think he's cuter than the spider that came in the kit. Got that little spider from here. From this one. So these are probably stamp sets I'm not going to be giving up for a while. I love my Halloween stamps. And this one opens to the right. Usually my cards, like that are vertical design, usually open this way. But sometimes, oh, I know why. Because I had already cut this for my video on Rustic Harvest. And then I ran out of that paper. So I just decided, oh, I had already had the card base cut. And so just decided to make a Halloween card out of that crushed curry one I had made already. And here's the last card. This one, oh, and this one, by the way, I'll show you these two cards together. This one has the wobble spring again, but I'm having trouble making this stick. I don't know why. Maybe because it's on the glitter. Maybe because I moved things around so much, but my wobble springs usually don't fall off that much. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. They've been falling off a lot lately. I'm not sure if it's because I keep removing them and moving them around. But I really love how the Starry Sky, or is it not Starry Sky, Orchid Oasis card base looks with this Halloween card. It's just not a traditional Halloween color you would think of. Okay, and then this card was just a piece of that box, one of these boxes, and you can use them for different card elements. And as long as you coordinate your colors, you'll be okay. So this already pumpkin pie is in here. So I did a pumpkin pie card base. Plus I took care of looking at what colors were in this kit, what I thought would go well together. And then kind of by extension, because this is one of the in colors, I thought, well, this might really look good with Parakeet Party. And I was right. I think it really does look good with that. But these colors, the crushed curry, pumpkin pie, fresh freesia, gray granite, they were all part of the kit. All right, so now I showed you what I thought my favorite card was that one with all the little ghost on the front, but I have a favorite 3D project as well. So my favorite, I don't know where my favorite ghost card went. Oh, this one. I don't know, I just like the simplicity of it. And just all the little ghosts peeking out around the sides. I used a little fresh freesia around the corner. But my favorite 3D project was creating a little dresser. A little Halloween dresser. Dresser like a chest of drawers, right? So I was just going to give you some measurements for this to show you how I did it. And I didn't put candy in this one yet because I didn't want it to be, too tight for my video, because you saw how hard it is to get the candy out. But the hostess of the Halloween party, I will give her this one full of candy and say, this one's for you. This is your party favor. Okay? So each little drawer opens up, and I wrapped each one separate, and I was using the Celebrate Everything paper on these outer two. I used this gingham cottage paper for the inside one to go with the pumpkin pie. Okay? And then I did a wrap around the outside of the Celebrate Everything paper. And I just decorated it. I colored in with the blends and everything. I used a few little brads to help pull the drawers open. So to make your own, I'm going to open this kit up. And then when I show you how to assemble a box, I'm going to show you how to wrap a box with your own paper in case you wanted to make, say, a little dresser like this of 3 drawers for Christmas. Okay, maybe you can make a giant one, 25 days, sorry. A 25-day, because there's 26, meaning, okay, there's 26 boxes, okay? So if you want to make this into an advent calendar, what I'm going to show you can make this whole thing into an advent calendar. You can make a giant chest of drawers, or you could just do several of them and number them and then put little treats in them for a countdown to Christmas. Okay, so you don't have to do this for Halloween. I'm just trying to inspire you to come up with other ideas each time you get the paper pumpkin kit. Don't ever get it and say, oh, I don't do that holiday, or I don't do this thing. No, we all do everything. We're crafters. So do anything, do everything. Just think outside the paper pumpkin box. And you will realize what a great value this is, because just the creativity alone and the crafty mojo. I'm just pulling off the cellophane. The crafty mojo you get just from opening up a kit and playing with it, and all the ideas that start flowing, make this such a great value. Now, the first time you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, if you subscribe now, you're not going to get the Spooky Treats kit. You're going to get this one. So if you subscribe by, what month is it? It is October 10th. If you subscribe by October 10th, you're going to get this card kit for holidays. And then the one after that, the one in November, will be a tag kit. So you want to subscribe by the 10th of October. And you don't get billed, if you subscribe now, you don't get billed to the 10th of October. You always get a stamping spot and a unique stamp set. So this is the stamp set that you saw me use all over the place. I used every stamp. Maybe I didn't use the stars. Yes, I did. I even used the stars. I used the stars. I used every stamp because this one I used the stars on. And then you saw how I used the bats. And of course, the scan and cut. We'll use the scan and cut to cut out the spider webs and some extra spiders and some ghosts and things like that. So this is what you get in every paper pumpkin kit. Some months you get a bonus extra stamp set, but you always get one stamp set. And then you always get your materials. You always get a stamping spot. Sometimes you get two in case it's a special month. And then you get your materials. And you get about this many materials. It's usually packaging or treat packaging just a couple times a year. The rest of the year, it's always cards or tags. So about twice a year, it's treats. It's usually Valentine's Day or like the month before Valentine's. It's treats. And at Halloween time, it's treats. Then you get tags around Christmas, around November or October. And then you always get, the rest of the months are always cards. Except for sometimes you get a home decor piece, which I haven't seen them do in a couple years. So I'm just going to open this up. I had some questions in the groups I'm in. And the questions were about how to assemble the box. So it's very easy. I'm going to show you how to assemble the box after I show you what comes in this. So you get this really fun tear and tape. So this is a great adhesive. And you'll be able to get some adhesive kits in some of the clubs I'm going to be starting back up in maybe November, December, but not right now. I'm just not able to. But that is a really cool tear and tape plus the little stars. Now these, and then you have, so basically the idea behind the Paper Pumpkin Kit is you have every single thing you need to create the projects. So these are already scored for you. And if you recall in my Scan and Cut Winter Projects course last year, we created ones with snowmen on them. Or actually, maybe penguins, not snowmen. These are called like a matchbox. Matchbook. Is it called a matchbox? I think it's called a matchbox, where you put, like the little wooden matches would go in it. So anyway, we created these using the Scan and Cut and Template Maker. So just get refills, though. I wouldn't bother making these again with your machine. Just use the Template Maker. But if you want these, they're fantastic. These are laser cut. And our refills are usually only $10. And you get, for the refill, you would get everything that was inside the shrink wrap that I just opened. So you get like the set of instructions, which are under here. You get this whole thing wrapped up. You would just not get, when you order the refill, you don't get this and this, because this is part of the kit. But the refills are a good value. And there's a sale right now going on the past refills from past years. So Paper Pumpkin subscribers can get refills from kits like Haunts and Harvest. Pretty sure they were on sale. So these are the other little boxes. That's what I was saying, the ones that would be good for Thanksgiving. All right, and then you get all the little bottoms of the boxes, 8 of each. I'm going to show you the embellishments, and then we'll show you how to assemble the boxes. Okay, very easy to do. Oh, you get some mini dimensionals, and you get some of these for stamping. You get a sheet of these. So let's show you what those look like. You find one that I did the regular way. Here's one. See? Trick or treat. So that's what fits right on there. Trick or treat. Fits perfectly. Or you could use enjoy the spooky treat. And if you mess up, then I just put an extra circle on top of it. Like, so I messed up what was underneath there and just put another circle on top, and that was fine. Okay, little spider webs. And then you get these little fresh freesia ghost. Some of them are falling out. All the stuff's laser cut. Really nice. Really easy to work with. Oh, some glue dots. Okay. My team member Nola likes these glue dots. I'm personally not a fan of glue dots. Not from this. I'm actually a fan of glue dots. But I'm a fan of using them out of the box in the roll instead of on that sheet. But this is great that they give you as many as you need. I mean, they still work just as well. They work fine. They're from 3M and everything. They're good quality. And you get these little bats, crushed curry, fresh freesia, and basic white. All these little things to stamp onto and to layer up. All right, so now let's go ahead and do this part. And then I'll show you about how to make that little drawers. Okay, so you're going to open, I'm going to turn this upside down, and I'm going to fold along the score lines, like so. Okay. So I'm just folding all along the score lines. Okay, this little flaps are going to go outwards, like so. So I'm just, okay, folding along the score lines. Okay, yes, there's 6 of each box, Denise. I'm doing 1 black one. There's 6 bottoms and 6 tops, so you get 24 boxes. I mean, you can't go wrong. I mean, if you were to make these yourself, as you know, from, like, some of you have scan and cuts, like, if you were trying to make these yourself, whether you make them with a machine or not, I mean, even if you tried to score these yourself or copy the template and make these yourself, it would take you forever. These are all scored for you. They're just awesome. So, I mean, personally, I'm so glad I get 2 kits each month. Okay, now then you're going to take, so everything's scored just like so. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to take the small side and you're going to, see these 2 little flaps, you're going to push in the sides like this and you're going to fold this part down. Okay? So just fold that part down. Now you're going to do the 2 sides. Okay, so that was the short, that was the long side, but the shorter one. The 2 sides, oops, that one goes out. Okay, just like so. And then this part folds over, and you see that little part snaps right into there. See, it snaps right in. So now you have a nice covered bottom, so you can put extra embellishments on there or whatever. And if you have if you have the inside of one of them that's white, like this, I'm just going to do one really fast now, so you can see how fast it's actually done. But then you can put like a bat inside them if there's white. Super easy to assemble. Okay, so I just do this part, the assembly of the little box, you know, while you're watching TV and everything else, because this part is, you know, mindless. And you just do it while you're doing something else. Okay, so then fold that over, side, side, and done. Okay, so that's actually how fast it is put together. Now you're going to take the outside and you're going to fold along the score lines. And the important thing about the outside is you don't want to get too tight. So let me see what I did with my adhesive. So you don't want to get, like, don't go folding it over like this, or you'll never get the drawers open if you start folding it like over. So what I did is, you can use the tear and tape that came in the kit, of course. That's what it's for. You don't have to use your own adhesive. Okay, so you have some adhesive on there. Now when I seal this together, I want to go out like this and just leave myself a little bit of a gap. Because when I was going right up to the edge, I was getting too tight and it was too hard to get the drawers open and closed, especially as much candy as I stuff in there. And then you slide the little drawer in there. Okay, so that's as simple as that. So, but say you want to make the advent calendar or something else, you know, I was talking about earlier. Here is what's called the Celebrate Everything Designer Series paper. And there's lots going on at Stampin' Up! This month. Like, so if any of you are placing an order because of World Card Making Day is coming up, and we have a special where you can get some like if you get a certain bundle, 1 of 3 bundles, you get some embellishments, and then we have a perfect pairing promotion, and then we have weekly deals. But if your order is, if you take advantage of all the things going on in September, and your order happens to be 150, then you can order this 48 pack of paper. It's a host only. So that's the only way to get it is host rewards or with my kit. I'll probably include this in my next couple kits, but I'm not doing a kit in October. I'm only doing a kit November, December. I'm not doing any kits in October because I can't, because of other obligations. But I will still give you a list of what to order for my next upcoming workshop on Jingle, 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 and we will be using some of this paper. After I'm done Rustic Harvest, we're doing Jingle, Jingle, Jingle. I just want to show you this awesome Celebrate Everything paper. So you can see you get 4 of each sheet. I'm not going to go over the coordinating colors, but you've seen me use this fall piece before. And this summer, I used it for 4th of July cards. Our team was donating to a nursing home, so that was I used that paper for 4th of July cards. See what else. This stripe one I've made stuff with. I pretty much used every piece of this. All right, so let's get rocking and rolling. So if you want to make a little wrap, now it depends. Like, keep track of how you're going to make your pattern go. So maybe if I want my pattern to be sideways like that, I might turn the paper this way. So just keep track of how you want your pattern. And I'm going to go 3 inches by 8 inches. That's all I'm going to do for this wrap. Okay, let's see if it's already 8 inches. I don't remember now. I've already cut that part down. Nope, it's 10. So we're just going to go 3 by 8. All right, well, that's good enough. We'll just do one of these just to show you to give you the idea. And now you're going to score it at 2.5 and then 3.5. Basically, I'm mimicking this wrap just so you could kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just doing what the wrap is, right? So I'm doing 2.5, 3.5, and then I need to go 2.5 more inches. So 4, 5, 6. We're going to do 6, and we're going to do 7. All right, so if you want to know what that was, you just look at the other one, right? You just look at where this one was scored. Okay? So 2.5, right? And then you need an inch around each side. 2.5 and then 3.5 because you need an inch around the side. And then you add 2.5 to the 3.5 when you get up to 6 inches. And then you do that 7 inches. So now you have your own little wrap, which you can then use to make any kind of covering you want for these little. Now, of course, our wraps are not going to be as strong. So, of course, if you want to make an advent calendar, you might want to use, cardstock. It's a little bit stronger. Now, the thing is about these, you want to make sure that you don't go all the way up to the edge. Leave yourself a little bit of a gap there. A little bit of an extra smidgen, see? So I'm not quite sealing it. That way, when you put the drawer in there, it slides nicely. Okay, and then let me grab my brads if they're here. Let's see what's in my bucket of crafty goodness, if there's any. I thought I would have brought my brads. Okay, here they are. And so now I'm going to just look for, oh, that was my blade fell out of there. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, so if that's the, if that's the front, you want the little brad in here. You're going to take your pick tool, and you're just going to poke a hole with take your pick tool with the pokey side. Okay, I was kind of looking through the camera. That not quite a centered hole, but you get the idea. And then you put your little brad through there. These are the brads that are in our catalog. And we have them in black and white, large and small. And of course, it's not quite centered, but you get the idea. So then when you make your little drawers, and you, of course, would center them, and then you make your little treat box and whatever you want to make. So you just wrap them, and then you're going to adhere the top of one to the. Well, of course, this is why I didn't waste this pattern, because I knew it would be covered, right? Because I sealed these together, and then I did another wrap. You didn't really have to seal them together. You could have just done this little wrap around the outside of them all, but I sealed them all together. That's why I didn't want to waste the pattern paper for the inside. And I just, I used this kind of plainer paper but that would have been cute as the top one. And just keep going as high as you want. So that's kind of fun. Let's see what else I wanted to show you. Oh, I just wanted to mention the embossing that I did too. So for that, I'll just show you what I used for that. And then I'm going to wrap things up because my throat is starting to act up again. All right, so hello, Betty. Hello, Lynn. Thank you, Betty. I'm glad you caught me too, Lynn and Yvonne. Yeah, Lynn, I don't think Banner Year is going to return. I've never seen anything return that retired, except for the next year. I saw something return like a year later at the next holiday catalog, but I've never seen something return Well, like the piggy return, but in a different format, like not the same format. Maybe if we do enough comments, it would return, but I doubt it. Pretty much when things retire, it makes room for new things to come, which it makes it nice too. Hi, Mary. Hello, Marie. Yep. Okay, I'm just reading all your comments about the projects, and I thank you. And yes, Denise, thank you, Denise. And Lynn. Yeah, Christmas treat box of some sort. No, they're doing tags, but I will show you how to make 3D projects with that tag kit. When it comes, we'll make some tag treats. That's not until November. So hi, Terry. And I should be saying who I'm writing back, who I'm answering back. So there's 6 of each box, yes. Okay, thank you, Barbara. Okay. Anyway, what I wanted to say is about these little guys. Yeah, I've just had a really bad cough. I can't get rid of it. It's like one of these things that just happened. So you're going to take your embossing powder. This is not clear embossing powder, but okay, this is clear embossing powder. So what I did for this, I'm just showing you how I did this one. I'm not doing it right now. We're not embossing. I did it in my Scan and Cut video. So you take your white craft ink. That's this basic white ink, right? And you stamp. And then you pour this clear embossing powder over it. And then you heat set it with the heat tool. And that's how you get this really cool effect on your ghost. Okay, so this one's just stamped right in black, right? And then this one's stamped in white ink with its heat set. Okay, so that's how I did that. So this pretty much, now you know how I made every project here. I hope you enjoyed this overview of my projects that you can create. I hope you go ahead and make some alternate projects using some of your other Stampin' Up! Products or any kind of crafty products you have that are Halloween related. In addition to these treat boxes, I hope you'll give others treat boxes. You can fit a gift card in here. You know, don't just think about it as a candy box. There's so much you could do for, trick-or-treaters or parties or coworkers, Uber drivers, anybody. Random acts of kindness, security guard. And I even give candy to the dentist because it cracks them up. And I go to the dentist and I give them candy. I even bring candy there. And, they might kind of love the candy because they don't get to have it every day, do they? But those are all of my projects, and I hope you enjoyed that. And that's all for now. This is the Paper Chef. Have a great day.